the intro, let's get into it. In this video I am going to show you guys 5 interesting positions where grandmaster blunders their queen or their pieces in 1 or 2 moves, which eventually happens in our games also. So I am going to give the reasons behind that and also the solution, and also you need to know that blunders are the part of a game. So let's start with example number 1. This is a game taken from the candidates tournament between Tigran Petrosian and David Bronstein. Tigran Petrosian was playing with the white pieces. So if you see, in the last move, black attacked the queen on the d6 square. So the queen on the d6 square is hanging. But Petrosian completely forgets this and play a huge blunder, knight to e4. Knight to g5. He plays knight to g5 and blunders his queen, and Bronstein simply took the queen and went on to win the game easily. So let's get into the example number 2. In example number 2, we have Vishy Anand versus Garry Kasparov. In this position, black is up 2 pawns and in a completely winning position, but in the next move, Garry Kasparov blunders with queen captures e3, completely overlooking queen to g4, which attacks the queen and the rook on c8 and the bishop on g7, and Garry Kasparov ultimately lost the game and Vishy wins a beautiful game. But what a huge blunder by such a legend, Garry Kasparov. Let's go to example number 3. We have Magnus Carlsen versus G. Jones, and Magnus Carlsen was playing with the white pieces, and if you see the position, white is better because of much more space and also the kingside attack is building. But here Magnus blundered with the move g4, and you guys pause the video and try to find the winning move for black. This is just a 1 move blunder, and the move is f4, and the bishop is under attack and the knight is also under attack. So Magnus loses a piece, but Magnus is a god, so he ultimately won the game somehow. But the world champion can also blunder, and let's see some of the reasons for our blunders. This is more of a general reasons, not the reasons for the grandmasters, but this is also reasons of our games blunders also. So let's see the reasons. Reason number 1 is carelessness, which is a very common thing, which also happens in our daily life also. Sometimes we just make some silly mistakes and stuffs. So this is kind of that, and all of those examples are kind of like that. Just a careless mistake, careless queen blunder, careless piece blunder. These things happen. So let's go to reason number 2. Reason number 2 is tilt or tiredness. Sometimes it happens also with me and also with many chess players that they have to play lot of games back to back. Let's say in the candidates tournament there are 14 games daily. They have to play 6.5 hours for each game, 14 games on a complete basis. So it's very hard to concentrate all the 6.5 hours, but they are professionals, they are much more till they can also blunder in that kind of position. So it also happens with us. Sometimes we play some arena tournaments and after a lot of games or in the ending of some games we just blundered. So that's reason number 2. Let's go to reason number 3. Reason number 3 is more or less for us, and reason number 3 is lack of practice, because sometimes we just play a lot, we don't practice the tactics daily, hard tactics, some medium tactics, some easy tactics. So we have to keep ourselves updated with practice, and the tactics would have to be very strong for us to become a strong chess player. This point is, I have already said, this point is more or less for us, not for them, because they are like professionals. So let's go to example number 4. In example number 4, we have Levon Aronian versus Peter Swidler. In this position, Levon Aronian is playing with the white pieces and he blunders with the move e captures d4. And it's a huge blunder. You guys pause the video and try to find the winning move for black. And the winning move is rook to e1 check, and you just lose the queen after rook captures e1, queen captures d3, and Levon Aronian loses a game very easily, and that was a huge blunder. So let's move on to example number 5. In example number 5, we have Bobby Fischer versus Mark Taimanov, and Mark Taimanov was playing with the white pieces, and this is a game of Candidates 1971. So here Mark Taimanov played a move which is a huge blunder, and the move is rook captures f6, and you have to find a two move combination to win this white rook. Let's pause the video. Pause and let's go. Queen to d4 check. Rook to f2 is only move, and rook to a1 check. King to h2 is only move, and after queen captures f2, Bobby Fischer just wins a rook and wins on to win the game easily. So let's go to the solutions part. So if you guys understand, I am trying to give you 2, 3 or more good solutions which are very much applicable and practical. So let's go to solution number 1. And this is a very important thing. This is called the checklist. You have to have a checklist before making a move, that is check, captures and threats. So when you are making a move, or you are thinking when opponent is also making a move, you have to think what your opponent is trying to do. Look for checks, captures and threat for your opponent and for you also, and it will reduce your blunder to a massive level. I am saying you try to do that in your games. And let's go to example number 2. So to improve your chess and reduce your blunder, you should be playing much more longer games. When you are playing some online games, try to play 10 plus 5 or some 15 plus 10 games. So that will give you a lot of time to think and reduce those blunders. Let's go to point number 3. And the point number 3 is practice a lot of tactics. Try to find those moves on your own. Don't use engine or any other things like that. Try to make those moves on your own. Try to set up the position on the 2D board in your house or anywhere, and try to find those moves. So practicing a lot of tactics will also help you a lot. And the last but not the least, it's a very important thing in our daily lives also. You should be doing meditation and exercise. These two things will reduce your blunder to a certain extent that you will never imagine. But this is easy to say but not very easy to do, because I also try to do that, but this is not very easy to incorporate in your routine because we are lazy beings. So I am just saying you try to do that. And at last, we all have to admit that we are human. So we can make mistake, we can make blunders, and that's why I have shown you guys the blunders of the best players of the world. They are the best in the world. If they can make such small or such easy blunders, then blunders is the part of game. So you should not be get disheartened when you are blundering a piece or a queen. It is okay, but to repeat the same mistake twice, thrice, it's not okay. That's why you have to understand, analyze your games and try to improve that, but don't resign too early in your game. Sometimes we just make a blunder. Let's say we just give up a piece in the first few moves, and then we just resign the game out of anger, out of rage and everything. But you should fight till death, till checkmate. So fight and fight. If you are down a piece or down material, try to mess up the position, try to complicate the position, try to play with your opponent's head, like try to mess up the position. That's what I am saying. And never stop believing in yourself and your position. So if you guys like the video, then like, share, subscribe and comment. And don't forget to check out some of my earlier uploads, and stay home, stay safe and follow all the COVID protocols.